The picture should be clear now. Our users are building apps, they're building startups, and they're growing. That is our vision for Agent. It really needs to function like a true teammate, able to manifest your ideas into software.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Happy birthday, Replit. How about that, huh?
So exciting. It's how awesome is to be here at 4:30 in the morning Pacific time. What a great time.
Where's
Good
the
for
air
you.
horn?
Yeah,
know,
air
right?
horn. Ready, where we at? Oh, perfect. IRL.
Oh, we
Even
got
better.
Ryan Bars dialing in from a hotel. So he's the sound effects master. I got this little thing.
Undisclosed location somewhere in Brazil, y'all, deep in the
know.
bunker of Brazil somewhere.
He won't let us. He won't tell us. He won't tell us because he knows if he
I just
stays
hope he comes
past,
back.
like, yeah,
You
if
know,
he
I
stays
just
past
hope he comes
past his vacation, we're gonna come down and get him. Exfiltration, dude. Good morning. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling?
Doing great. How you doing, Raimar?
I am nervous as probably anybody could be about all of this right now. There's 1,700 people currently on the Buildathon site. There have been almost 10,000 signups, and plus everyone from the old Buildathon. So total, there's like 16,000 people who have already kind of raised their hand for this, and I think it's just a real testament to Replit itself that we're literally dogfooding this whole thing. So such a cool experience. I'm very nervous, but I wanted to be here just to be on hand, and excited to see what everyone builds.
Yeah, we're so super excited. Yeah, and thanks so much. I mean, huge shout out to Raimar, the architect behind the Buildathon, page and just platform. There's so much that goes behind it. I think pretty soon, one of these days, we're going to have a stream just around that. It's absolutely unreal. But
Yeah.
just also a huge shout out to everyone. Cognito Coding, thank you so much for being here. We have Kazir. Are you tuning in from Davis? Are you also up at 4 a.m? Or I have no idea. Zambia in the house. So many people. It's so great to see everybody. Casey, I know you're going to be doing some live streaming. Dario, I need to respond to you on Discord. I'm excited to catch up here pretty soon. But yeah, just so exciting. Sorry, Manny, back to you.
No, I just wanted to show everybody the site, this beautiful, not only site, but just a giant portal / economy that Raimar has vibe coded here. And you can see right now we've got over 1,500 people on the site right now. And then how many signups do we already have, Raimar? Can you repeat that?
If I look at the dashboard right now, there's 16,150.
Ooh.
Wow.
And for context, we had roughly 6,000 for the most recent, but
just under 7,000 for the last one. Yeah.
So what's going on? What do you attribute this huge spike, dude? Almost like 4x.
Replit being free for a day. I mean,
Big mystery.
That'll do it.
Oh, this is awesome. This is amazing. Yeah, Australia, Singapore. Oh, there's a Singapore event tomorrow or Sunday local time, Singapore. Lots of cool stuff going out there. We are coming out live from Dave's. And Tommy, I'm excited to see your stream as well. The entire team is very stoked to see what you're going to be up to soon. But just great to see everybody here live with us. I had no idea, right? Because usually we go live, 9 a.m., 12 Eastern, and I don't know who's going to show up, but it looks like we're doing great.
Well, and I think this is going to be one of those moments where we're gonna have to lean into the crowd. There's almost no way we're going to be able to review the projects like we did in the last Buildathons, where at 3,000 projects last time we had to review and whittle down into the top 100. Like, the only way this is going to work is if we get the whole crowd going. And so some of those game elements, some of the replica hash, the favoriting, the scoring, the public scoring and stuff, it's going to be a big piece of being successful in this Buildathon, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot to it. I was talking to someone recently and they're like, how can I get more Replit credits? I'm like, there's a really good way starting tomorrow to get $10,000 dollars in Replit credits. So yeah, a lot to go on. So yeah, huge congratulations to everyone who's even just participating. Yeah, we're excited to be able to support along the way.
I just dropped the link to the site on YouTube, so go
I
check
just
that
added it
out.
to Luma. Apparently was missing the link, so it's added now.
Oh, the
Thank
YouTube
you.
link on Luma?
Yep.
Yikes. Oh my gosh, sorry about that.
All good.
Thank you
It's
so much.
on the next refresh. They should all get it. So
Okay,
awesome.
cool. Yeah, but still to have 240 people right now for like this early, and we missed the YouTube link. Oh man, so we gotta hang out and wait for those guys.
Maybe do we want to just share a little bit about what to expect as this clock comes down, the process for getting projects set up? Do we want to give folks a little rundown of kind of what to expect here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do
Manny,
it.
can you give a little quick overview? I'm going to respond to a few folks here. I'm getting a couple of questions in the chat. I'm going to drop in some links. The Singapore event, also the Buildathon portal. Let me pin some here to the stream.
Totally. Yeah. So we're counting down to agent being free for 24 hours, starting in about 20 minutes at 5 a.m. PT time. This is our gift to you, all of our users. As you know, it's a birthday celebration for us. It's Replit turning 10, but we want to give a gift to you. And so it's going to be free. What's not going to be free is deployments, things like auto integrations, AI integrations. But the agent usage itself will be free across different modes like light, power, and economy. So that's going to run for 24 hours. Coinciding with that, we're also hosting a Buildathon, a 1-day, 24-hour Buildathon to see what you can get done in 24 hours with Agent. So this could be a new project, a new idea. This could be an existing project or something that you've worked on before. What we really want to see is how much progress you can make on your idea, your concept in 24 hours. And so what you need to do to participate in that is head over to the Buildathon website, which we just posted on YouTube. Go one, set up your profile, put in your details. Number two, sign up for Discord. Get in Discord. It's going to be a great community there. And then 3, set up your project there to tell us what you're going to be working on. Then before tomorrow, 5 a.m. Sunday, this is when submissions close for the Buildathon. It's also when Agent stops being free. You got to go back to paying for Agent. 5 a.m. tomorrow, Sunday. You're going to want to come back and make a submission on your project. So what we're looking for is 2 things. Number one, I think 3 things in general. Number one is a URL to your project. So we want to see a deployed link. It's got to be in Replit, of course. And then number 2, a social post that talks about what you were able to do in 24 hours. So it might be like, oh, I had this idea for 5 years and finally I got off the couch and actually built it because Agent was free for 24 hours. Here's what I did. Here's what I was able to accomplish. Here's where it is now. I shared it with my friends, blah, blah, something like that. And preferably, it should be video. So we like video. We're going to go through a whole bunch of these. Video really stands out for us. I think it also kind of helps you consolidate all of your concepts and your ideas and your story in a very nice short format. I'd say like less than 3 minutes. I think 90 seconds is probably sufficient for a lot of you. Here is, this project that I had. Here's what I did today. Amazing. Here's what it means to me. Here's what I'm going to do next. Here's my story, etc. And then just share it on different platforms. I like LinkedIn, I like X, but you can also do YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, wherever you feel like you're most comfortable. So that's the rundown. Again, 20 minutes before we go live for Agent being free for 24 hours, and then also before our Buildathon kicks off. Anything that I missed?
I don't think so. That seems like the gist of it. The when the clock goes down, you'll be able to create your project on the back end, and from there, I think just it's game on.
Yeah. No, this is we'll have a chance to be able to kind of get in there and submit. Also dropped in the link for the Singaporean event, which came together very impressive. Shout out to Lee. She basically messaged me like 2 days ago, 3. I don't remember when it was, and she's like, "Hey, can I put together an event, please?" And then I didn't respond to her because it was like, time difference. And then by the morning when I had checked, it's like, never mind, I launched the event. Here's the Luma page. It would be great if we could maybe get some credits. I'm like, oh, no, you don't need credits because credits will be free. It's like, awesome. And then
Bam.
The whole event sold it out. Everything is sold
Wow.
out. It's pretty incredible to see how everything is, coming together. So we're seeing a couple of different events. Edson Boo Boo, I believe, also is having an event in Ghana. It's just so much going on globally. I know that Tommy will be live streaming as well. It's just awesome to kind of see everything happening. But
yeah, like as we mentioned yesterday, don't wait for Replit to come to your country. Take the initiative, put something together. Like just say, hey, we're gonna have this hangout. Host, get some pizza, get some sodas. Sign up everybody for a free Replit account. Jam for a couple of hours, and then reach out to one of us, and we might be able to help you out. But yeah, like this idea that you're going to wait for Replit to come to your country. Like we're not that big. We're never going to be that big. So we're relying on all of you to help get the word out and to help people introduce them to vibe coding and how to get started and how to do it right.
Yeah, no, and then once you get to up and going, let us know, and we will find ways to support you. But yeah, we're scaling out a lot of different resources and initiatives, so we'll be coming very, very soon.
Yeah, and I see some people saying that the site is down. It's not down. There is just a ridiculous amount of people on this website right now. The auto scale servers are as high as they will go. Just give it a sec. It will load. It may take a second. You might have to refresh it, but yeah, it's there. And just bear with it, guys. It is there. It's just we're gonna test the limits of Replit's auto scale servers here for sure.
Yeah, and what I'll say also is you actually don't need to submit yet. So I mean, like you can keep building. Oh yeah, one thing to just reemphasize is it doesn't have to be projects that are started today. It can be projects you've already been working on. Like all those things are totally fine. So you won't need to submit until literally 24 hours from now. So you'll have plenty of time to jump in there. We just have a lot of people where I think even right now, there's engineers in the office that just never went home. They're in there making sure everything's running smoothly. So the good news is we have some friends here to help out if needed.
Yeah, and I think that's probably a good point that the Buildathon site is not like critical for this. You should be focused on building inside of Replit. Before the deadline tomorrow, you will want to find time to get on the site and obviously set up your profile and share the project and the details. But yeah, the real win is that Replit's free, not the Buildathon platform.
Manny, what are you showing us?
Shout out to one of our builders, Madsen Cardoso. He put together is replitfree.com. So
great.
So go here, folks, if you want to find out when Replit becomes free. Now, I just saw this project. I saw this tweet from one of our community members. I thought it was kind of cool. Here it is. Okay, so Madsen. So just a nice little cute countdown. Pretty cool. So I guess we'll have this up, and then let's see if it works. Actually, it was off by an hour, and I just pinged him like 5 minutes ago, and he just fixed it. So like,
yeah, there's a tweet out where he's like walking around on his phone sending the fix. It's incredible.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Just now, he just posted it.
Yeah, I put it in our restream chat. But yeah, you can see I was like stoked to see it. But yeah, it's just it's a great place. If you're not sure if we're live or not, that'll be a great place to go check out.
Is it live? Cool. Yeah, no, I think that's worth reiterating that point that you don't have to be on the portal right now. I think it helps to try to get in there, set up your profile, and in particular get access to Discord. So that's what I would do for sure, is get access to Discord and then just understand the rules and etc. And then just go and build, go do your thing, and just go for like a long long sprint, and then come back and then think about where you are in terms of progress and what you've done so far. But yeah, I think that getting the Discord is the most important thing. And then just go and lock in and go build something. I'm curious, what are people looking to build? Like, I'd love to see that in the chat. What are y'all doing?
Yeah, no, it's exciting to hear. And also a couple different questions. Like, do you need to show like different submissions along the way or progress? It is not like the Agent 4 Buildathon where we had multiple submissions over the course of 3 weeks and you kind of like give your progress. It's only one submission at the very end. So at the very end of the live stream, or excuse me, the Buildathon, 5 a.m. tomorrow Pacific, you can just submit it there. Now, however, this is something we always recommend for everyone, just like in college. I heard somebody at University of New Zealand talking about it. It feels like we're in college again. Do not wait until the last minute. Please do not wait till the last minute. It's, try to get it submitted probably within, an hour before or longer. It's always good to kind of get ahead of it. So, but yeah, let's hear what people are building. You seeing anything cool, Manny?
Yes, but before that, I just want to call this out. Captions, we keep getting this around adding captions to our live streams, but I know how to do that on like recorded stuff, but not necessarily on live stuff. So if you want to DM me some instructions in terms of how to do that, and we can verify that we have that, because I'd love to be able to do that, because we've done this a couple of times. People that like can't hear us for whatever reason, like they want to see the captions, and doing that live, I don't quite know how to do that. So if you guys can help me out with that, that'd be great. DM me or LinkedIn or X. Okay, so project, let's see, what are we building here?
Oh, Joy, I see Joy. Looks like Joy is building a project management tool for her startup, connecting here, let me go ahead and
yeah, just bring it up, please.
Yeah,
I'm missing it.
Yeah. And it will, connecting all her systems together, and will save $600 a month in subscription fees on ClickUp. Awesome. That is fantastic. Also, great to see you, Joy. It's always great to see you in the chat. Very, very cool.
Yeah, we were talking about this on the live stream yesterday with Cody and Nick around this whole, like, how vibe coding is completely changing the whole buy versus sell conversation. I think Joy was on there. She's like had like a term there, like the SaaS apocalypse, because now, I guess, what we're doing is, what's happening is we're going from a world where software was scarce and expensive, to a world where it's readily available and not so scarce. And so, previously you'd have to build software for 1,000 users in a whole bunch of different organizations to make the economics work. But now, because software is so readily available and so cheap, that's no longer the case. Now everybody can have their own custom software and build that themselves. And the enterprise guys were talking about how, like, that's completely just changing everything within a lot of organizations. And the other great tip that they gave us is, like, you also want to try to vibe code some of the software, not just because you might use it, but because you might leverage it at the negotiation table with some of these SaaS companies. So you might go to like a big SaaS provider and say, like, hey, I was able to vibe code 80% of this. We only really need your platform for this 120%. So why are you going to charge me like 400%? Give us a discount on this. So I thought that was like such a great point in saying, like, yeah, a lot of companies are doing that. Like, even if they don't end up using the software themselves, the fact that they can show up to a negotiation, and then if you've gone through this at these big companies, like, it's not like your typical transaction like you would, like, as a prosumer. You go on the website and get $15 a month per seat. Like these are like open-ended negotiations that you have with these large vendors, and like there's like a lot of money involved. And so having that type of leverage coming to the table, I thought was like really, really neat. So if you didn't watch that, go check the replay. It was a really good conversation with the enterprise team.
Awesome. Oh yeah, a lot coming up. Manny, I dropped in a couple in the or I pinned a couple of comments. Maybe you can check them out for kind of different cool things that people are building.
Cool.
But yeah, it looks like I might be getting pulled into a quick sync here to see if we need anything on the launch side of things. So we're going live in 10 minutes. We're very excited, and so yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'll be right back, Manny. But yeah,
okay, go for it, dude. We'll be here holding down the fort.
I'm still here, by the way. I am in the background trying to see if there's any more server bandwidth to give this thing. I have the auto scale maxed out, so there's not much more we could do here. It is loading for me, and I am able to operate on the site. So I'm wondering, folks, if they're still having some issues with that. But yeah. Anyway, what are you thinking, Manny? We got 10 minutes before I was looking for memes yesterday of like Replit shoveling money into like a fire pit. I think we're just like, people are showing their screenshots of like all the tasks and things they already have queued up and ready to just like dump into the agent. So I think people have like different approaches for how they're going to try to maximize their time usage here, huh?
Yeah. If it were me, like, I don't know, I guess what I would do is I would just like have a bunch of ideas queued up, like maybe like 3 to 4 ideas that I'd like. And then just remove this here. So it's just me and Ryan. Cool. And then just kind of cycle through them. I'll probably go like spend some time with an AI assistant chatting about them, fleshing them out, and then like drop like maybe 3 prompts into agent and just kind of run through those 3 ideas and kind of cycle through each as agent is working through the idea. Yeah, so no, that's how I would approach it, and then just kind of like iterating on it and figuring things out, testing, trying to get users as fast as possible. I think it would be cool to, if you end this buildathon with some actual users, maybe like even like if you get a paid user in 24 hours, that would be so impressive. That would be amazing. So that's what I would be aiming for, is like, how do I get my first paid user on something in 24 hours on a couple of different ideas. And so yeah, so like I think that'd be my approach.
Yeah. And I think experimenting quite a bit. I mean, I would be like, if this was me right now and I was thinking about how to get the most out of my 24 hours of Replit free, I would have like a bunch of projects going at once. Like I wouldn't be in a single project. I would also, if I had a bunch of ideas to test, I would be rapidly iterating on those, in the context that like I would send a prompt, get something started, send another prompt, get something started, maybe try 3 or 4 different prompts of the same thing to see if I get the real starting point that I want, to get a nice starting point, and then build off of that. And again, I would be very quick to fork and branch and have just a handful of things going. That's usually how I work in Replit anyway. I usually have 2 or 3 projects open and I'm jumping between chats. And so yeah, I would really be thinking about, how can I maximize not just one project, but across multiple projects, and especially in parallel, right? Like having parallel tasks going. A lot of times I use that. Let's say I'm working on some core task on the front end of the website, and there's something else I want to do. I open up a little parallel task on the side, have that running in the background, and then I merge that into the branch. And next thing you know, I'm doing 2 or 3 things at the same time in one single project. So I would really be thinking about how to kind of maximize all of the different pieces that you can while you're getting this free usage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I guess and if you're focused on winning the buildathon, I might think about like two stages to this. Number one is exploration, like okay, like what different ideas, what I'm going to work on, where I'm making progress, and then trying to narrow down your focus, or really like focus your efforts and close out the 24 hours with like a really big hit. And so for me, like maybe like the first stage is like trying out different projects, different tasks, and seeing what works. And then like looking at what I've built and saying like, okay, my gut is telling me that this is going to be the one where I can make the most progress and can have the most compelling story on. And now let me just like bang on that for the last like 12 hours and like just really like push that over the finish line. Make sure I get a really nice type video and I'm sharing it on social and getting that in and trying to get some of this prize money that we have up for grabs, 100K in cash and tokens, credits rather. So there's, you can do a lot with that as well after the 24-hour free agents day. So, so that, yeah, so I would say like, okay, yeah, like I think like at first like explore, do a whole bunch of stuff, but then like if you're trying to win the buildathon, then like lock in on one project that you're just gonna go all in on and like really like smash that finish line.
Yeah, that's it, right? It's like iterate quickly on some ideas, get things moving, and then really the thing you need to show us is, what did you do over the time frame, right? So it doesn't matter if you start from scratch or if you take an existing project. What we want to see is how successful were you over 24 hours, kind of getting something new accomplished, creating something interesting on your application, building something kind of useful inside of there. So that's where I think, again, just thinking about how to approach this, and how to, not really just how to approach it, but think about the number of people that are going to be a part of this and how you're going to stand out. So it's not just going to be a landing page. It has to be the whole story. It has to be that video. It has to be all of the different pieces,
And I would say, like, especially on the video, like, if you have a moment, go back and watch some of our interviews with the content challenge winners the past couple of weeks, because I thought they did a really good job of efficiently telling their story in 90 seconds. And that is actually a skill to develop. The ability to briefly and succinctly tell your story and to connect with someone that in that short a period of time is actually really hard, especially on video. It's like the old saying from Mark Twain, like if I had more time, I would have written a shorter letter. That's definitely the case for video. And if you look at some of the winners there, like in 90 seconds, they tell you who they are, they tell you what they're building, why it matters to them, and why they're the people to be building it, and what you can do next. And they get you really excited. And so, go back and look at, just think about that framework and try to like keep it very tight, and also appreciate that like someone coming to your idea is going to have zero context. So like, don't just dive into the details and say like, oh, this is, this optimizes this tax plan or something like that. Cause I've seen it for like 100 years, like give people a little bit of context that are not familiar with the space. Okay. So we got 2 minutes here going live. And in case you missed the earlier segment, this is from our friend Madison Cardoso, who built this web app to count us down to agent going free for 24 hours. So again, thank you, Madison. Nice, appreciate it, helpful. And so we're going to be counting down here another minute and a half here. In the meantime, there's some other questions like that I saw earlier. No, does not have to be a new project. Could be an old project. Again, we're trying to see the change or the progress that you've made in 24 hours and how good you are at telling that story. Because we keep coming back to this, like it's not enough just to build. You also have to get your story out there. You have to share. You got to get people to pay attention to what you're building. And so we want to see both of these play out here, like build something cool, interesting, make a lot of progress fast, but then like also share that story as well.
Yeah, and I just want to remind folks there is the rate exceeded. We do have some engineers on the back end trying to unlock some more bandwidth for us. I think we're just at the limit of my pro plan deployment levels. I don't think I've ever seen that much demand on a Replit site right now with more than 2,000 people trying to like ping and activate it all at once. So just bear with it. Again, the priority here is not that the Buildathon site is alive right now. It's that Replit is about to open up for free usage here in the next minute.
It's 7 seconds here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go! Right on cue. Nice. Start your engines. 24 hours of free agent starts now. Now's the time to bring your idea to life. You may have had sort of something that you've been thinking about for 5, 2, 3 years. Now's the time to build it. You're going to be surprised in terms of what you could build in 24 hours. Again, I go back to this idea that the deadline matters. Like if you give yourself 24 hours versus 5 days to do something, you'd be surprised what you thought you'd need 5 days, 20 days, how much of that you can accomplish in 24 hours. So go at it. We have the Buildathon site. Give it some time, come back to it if you can't sign in right now, but you know what you got to do. You got to go build.
Yeah, it's slowly working. If you get in at the right time, it will load for you. The problem is it's just being overwhelmed right now with folks. So just give it a second. It'll settle down over the day. No stress. Again, the goal is just to make sure you get your submission in before the end of the day. This is the comment right here. I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. So, we do have other engineering resources that are looking to see if we can double there we go, they're trying to manually unlock it. So give it just another minute or two, folks. We are this is not a functional thing. This is just a more bandwidth thing. So we'll be with you, and just give her a second. We're going to open this thing up, and this is exciting. Again, we're all learning. This is y'all are building, we're building, everyone's building all alongside. So Replit is alive right now. Agents free spend. Go get that agent spend. We will handle the rest of the logistics on the back end, and for sure, As you all come in over the next few hours and before tomorrow, you'll be able to make sure you can create those projects and get everything submitted, and we'll make sure everything's stable throughout. And just like we did last time, if there's anything that goes wrong or if there's anything that misses, don't stress it. We're going to make it right, So again, this is all new for everyone here. I think we're all learning how to do these things at scale in real time. And I think that's what makes part of this so exciting, is that, there is a little bit of like, oh shit, what's going on here?
You got to go big and do ambitious things. I mean, like, you got to put yourself out there. Even for us, even for Replit to offer agent for free for 24 hours, like, man, like that is like super ambitious, and to do it internationally and across all different modes, pretty nuts. But I think that's how you stress things. Like, you just got to go big and deal with the bugs as they come along. I mean, you've seen Rymar do that on their streams. Now I call it like going Rymar. Like, I did that. I did that recently. I was doing a presentation this past weekend. I did it live, and it was for this big hackathon group, and there were like maybe 150 people there. And the idea that I had was to build an app that would match, would put people in pods based on how they'd answer a couple questions. So the idea is you go to a big networking event, and you might talk to a couple people, and like at the end of it, you connect to one person. You're like, oh man, I wish I had met that person like earlier. And so, like, how many of those folks that you didn't meet because you're kind of doing this manually? So I built this app where everybody at the beginning of the event goes in and they answer a couple of questions about what they're looking for, their background, and then AI automatically puts everybody into these pods, like these pods of 5 or 6. And so I tested it for like 2-3 people and worked really fast and really fine. I'm like, oh, this is great. This is going to be my demo. Then I show up. There's like 150 people there, and we test it live. And like everybody puts in their submissions, and I go to generate the pods, and it's just like turning and turning and turning. And I'm like, I'm so anxious. I'm like, oh man, I probably should have tested this with more folks before going live at this big hackathon, this big presentation. But I chatted a little bit, and then like after a couple of minutes of me sweating, it finally worked. But when it worked, I was like, yes, Replit, thank you, man. And so that's what I call like pulling a Rymar, like going in live and just stress testing things live and debugging things live and just writing things out until they work.
Yeah. I see some questions, bro. It's and then when that happens, then it's like, oh wow,
It's the best, dude. Oh, it's the best. It was such a hit, dude. I'll have to show you the video. People loved it. It was crazy. I'll show it to you. But yeah, we got some questions coming in here.
Yeah, I think folks are asking about, let's see, what was it? Something about core, or let's see, I can fully use a plan mode. Yes, you can use plan mode. Let's see, where was it? Does this cover economy? Yes, it covers economy. It covers all the modes except for turbo. So you won't be able to use turbo with this free usage.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key. And then any integration. So if you integrate AI, if you integrate other tools, if you integrate 11 Labs, if you integrate other services, those services are also not included in this build. However, the Replit agent usage itself is covered.
Mm-hmm. And also deployment and hosting. So as you deploy, like there's a charge for hosting, and how you configure that. That's also not included as free the next 24 hours.
It also does look like, let's see, I was able to, let's see. It looks like something's at work on the back end. They're trying to republish and push the site. So again, just give it a little bit of time here, and I think they're giving us some extra juice from the back end. We got the real coders, we got the vibe coders coming in to build the guts here, and then the real coders are trying to bring some reinforcements on the back to make sure everything's super stable. But
the cavalry has arrived. It's like that scene in the movie, right? Where like the guys are there like, oh, all hope is lost. It's crazy. But then here come the cavalry right in to save us.
And so what happens is that like, you're building it and it's live on your page. And I'm sure y'all have seen this as you build stuff. And it works because you're loaded and the site's loaded for you. But then if more people load, so like, let's say those couple thousand people that were on the site are on the site, and then more people keep coming in, then those new people are the ones that get hammered. And when you're on the site, like you already have kind of access. And so Yeah, there's just server crashing big time. There you go. Yeah, it's going to be going in and out, folks, because they're republishing and kind of upping the bandwidth. What you need to be doing right now is in Replit. I'd be in
Yep.
Replit right now, spending my
Mhm.
cycles in there. Don't worry too much about the Buildathon site currently. You'll be able to go in there and rebuild your set your profile up and your project up once that's back up. But right now, I would be in Replit. It's time to start building, your actual
Mhm.
project.
Mhm. And so just to recap everybody, so there's two things that are happening. We just kicked off Agent being free for 24 hours. That includes economy mode, light mode, power mode, does not include deployments, does not include AI integrations. That's on replit.com, and that's for free. It's a big deal. So go and build stuff out. To coincide with that, we also have a buildathon that you can participate in where we're going to have 100K of prizes up for grabs. And to participate in that Buildathon, we have a site for you to go and register. The cool thing about that is that you can also get access to our Discord, which you're going to see a lot of great people in there. And then also you can make your submission before tomorrow, 5 a.m. Sunday PT time, to be eligible to win some of the prizes. So, right now our Buildathon site is getting hammered. And so if you see like a rate exceeded or an error, don't worry, try to refresh it, or just come back in 30 minutes. Just come back in an hour and it's totally fine. Like I went on there and I refreshed it and I was able to get in okay. But really, I think the primary reason for you to be on the Buildathon site right now is to get access to the Discord server and chat with folks. But yeah, as Reimar mentioned, like right now, the action is on replit.com and with you building your project or starting a new project. And so just to recap on the Buildathon, what we're looking for is we're looking for you to show us how much progress you can make in 24 hours. I think people are oftentimes very surprised about what you can do in just 24 hours or so. We want to see what you can do either on a new project or in an existing project, and how well you can tell that story in terms of that progress that you've made. Before tomorrow, 5 a.m., we want you to go onto the Buildathon site and drop in the details on your project, a URL for that project so we can check it out, and also a link to a post that you've made about the progress that you've made and what you've built over the last 24 hours for us to evaluate. Highly suggested for you to add a video, short, 90 seconds. Here's what I am. Here's who I am. Here's what I did. Here's what where Replit helped me. Here's what's next, etc. Something like that we can check out and to help determine the winners. And next week on Tuesday, we're going to review. I think we're going to do it at random. We're just going to pick a couple of entries that came into the Buildathon and just kind of critique them, give you some feedback. And then on Friday of next week, we're going to announce the winners of Replit 10 Buildathon. So, in case you're just joining, you're waking up and like, hey, what's going on? Why are like 400 people live at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, 5 a.m. PT time? That's the quick recap.
Yeah, and I think let's see. People are asking for the Discord link. The Discord link is once you register for the Buildathon site, there's a block on the website that says build with your community or find your community, and you can click there to access the Discord, or you can go to community-hub.replit.app/discord, and you can also then access Discord there. But you have to, again, make sure you've already registered for the Buildathon, and that will then get you into the Discord server. Again, the site is being republished and re-bandwidth right now. They're taking off some internal restrictions on some of the server caps here. So again, over the next few minutes, that should get fixed up. Somebody's also saying on the free quota, if you're on a free plan, you do need to validate a phone number. So there may be some kind of, I don't know what that process looks like, but you will need to validate a phone number. So there may be some issues there that you need to just sort out if you're using a free plan. If you're on Core or Pro, you shouldn't have to deal with that. But if you're on a free plan, I think there's an extra step just in case. So if it's saying you've currently hit your monthly usage or your limit, that may be related to that. Any feedback on the free? Oh, let's see.
Yeah, if you're getting these errors around having reached your monthly usage budget, definitely let us know. We'll pass that on to engineering and support.
And if you could also, if you're getting that warning, let us know what plan level you're on. So if you're getting that
Mm-hmm.
warning, are you on a free tier or are you on a core or pro tier?
Mm-hmm. And someone asked, is this just US? No, this is international. So anywhere in the world, hop on to Replit and start building.
Yeah, so we're passing all this, just so you know, Francisco's on the back passing directly right now with the engineering team. So this is, again, one of the primary feedback channels for us in real time to handle this. So yeah, just keep sharing your thoughts in the comments. We're going to hang with you guys until we get some of this stuff sorted out. And don't stress, got 24 hours to build. I know a ton of you are all building. If you have any questions, leave them in the chat and we will try to address them. We are in direct communications right now with, again, engineering on the back end as we try to get this all sorted for you. Let's see, any other cues?
Kelly, building for 6 minutes. It's free. How's it feel, Kelly? Well, Kelly, she's one of our winners of our Buildathon, so she's flush with credits right now.
Yeah, and maybe, Manny, do we want to talk a little bit about the types of projects that stood out to us on the last Buildathon, and just talk a little bit about like what types of things really stood out, how people caught our attention? Maybe just chat a little bit about the types of things that we think will be effective for this.
Yeah, totally. Let me pull up my screen and bring up the winners.
Let's go. By the way, Buildathon's site is up and running. If I refresh, it's refreshing nicely. Yeah, I think we're in good shape there, y'all. So just a heads up, game on.
Well, I'm on the Buildathon site right now for the winners from the last Buildathon. So,
and it's loading. Everything's loading up, right?
Yeah, everything's worked. Yeah,
there we go. Hold up. Can we talk about this little UI selector you see in the top right there? We could select back and forth between different Buildathons. You can jump back and forth between the old and new one. Look at this. You can register your project now. So if you're on, okay, so we're live. We're good. Everything's back up. Look, 1,700 of y'all. Everything's back up. Okay, we got the bandwidth we needed. Thank you all for hanging with us. Again, engineering team in the background for the assist. We appreciate that.
Woo, woo.
Whoa, whoa.
It came through, baby. It worked out. That's great. Yeah, so a couple of okay, so let's look at the overall winners and let's just kind of chat about some of these. I don't know. I'll give you my high level impressions, Raimar, and you tell me yeah, like for me, what stood out for me is it's they're people are building solutions that they're in a great position to solve. And so for me, they were leading with who they were, the problem that they saw, and why they were the person to solve to fix it. And so here, the Hive, this is like a sophomore in college, and he's an engineer, and he's
Shout out Diego.
Diego, what's up? Taking down the big prize. And his big problem was that it was hard for him as an engineering student, a mechanical engineer, to showcase his work. And so if you're in computer science, it's pretty easy to do that. You have a portfolio and get to show your apps or you show your GitHub, etc. But where's the equivalent for that for mechanical engineers? And so he had a Discord of folks chatting about this. And he's like, oh man, this, there's an opportunity to build a platform around this. And so that was how he launched week 1. And I thought it was a really good concept. And again, he's specifically positioned to take advantage of that opportunity. And he has and he has a lot of expertise in that. And so then over the course of 3 weeks, they really ramped it up. They stood up the platform, but not only that, but they got a whole bunch of users on the platform. They started reaching out to other campuses. They've got corporate sponsors. They re-upped their UI, and they started getting the word out. And I just one, very particular to Diego's role and interest, and then 2, the delta and the change that was happening week to week, I thought was really impressive. And it's a great concept. People, the mechanical engineers should be able to showcase their work. How important is that? Employers will pay for that. Students would love to be a part of that. Schools would love to pay for this. So I just thought it was a winning combination there.
I agree 100%. I mean, immediately from the first time I saw the submission and just what they were doing and the fact that it was tied to the real world. Their video was very straightforward. And I think that's probably stood out for a lot of us on these was the folks who won and did well in this showed us who they are in the real world, right? They presented themselves on their videos. They, like told us a story about, like you said, why they were solving this problem, that like they were uniquely qualified. Also, something to point out is that the amount of money spent on the project did not correlate with the success in the Buildathon, right? So just because you put the most amount of work into it didn't mean you build the best project. A lot of the projects that won were very simple, visually catchy, nice, like things to look at, very interesting concepts, fun, playful. So I would think about, what is the thing that's going to demo well here? What's the thing that's going to, really stand out visually? What in your video is going to help you tell the story of like where I started versus where I got in 24 hours? Like those are the things that I would be thinking about, is how do I optimize for those things? For sure, build as much as you want, build as many features as you want, but sending us an application with 1,000 features is not going to win this Buildathon. Sending us one really cool feature that like solves a real problem and that you've thought about really well and demos nicely, that's going to make a big impact.
Yes, totally. And it's a great point, Reimer, that you're making, that spend doesn't correlate with winning here. And I think that's like an old adage in the startup world, is that there's a tendency for startup founders to spend too much time building out their product or their service before they show it to actual users. So it's very easy to stay in stealth mode for 6 months building something, like a whole bunch of features engineer, and then like, oh, it's ready, and then you find out that like it's just a flop. And so the adage over the last couple of years has been like, no, you got to ship fast. If you wait for it to be perfect, you waited too late. You have to go put it in front of users as soon as possible, even if it's imperfect. And we have a lot of new people that are new to building and new to entrepreneurism. I think they're learning it the hard way, that it's very easy to over-engineer things, especially when like with agent making writing software so easy and adding features so easy. You can easily spend all your time there, like adding one more feature, adding one more feature, adding one more feature, and then you're missing kind of the big question, which is, are you solving someone's problem, and are you putting together a solution that is compelling, that they're willing to use, and or that they're willing to pay for? And so I encourage you to check out our interview with the week 1 winners of the content challenge. I thought they had a really good concept. Their idea was like, they're not even building anything first. They're going to social media and they're making a bunch of posts and they're finding pain points that people have. And then once they get enough engagement on that pain point, and then they're turning to Replit to prototype something in a couple of hours and shipping that and funneling all of that interest to that application. And so, so again, I just want to highlight for everybody, over engineering, over building, spending too much time in the lab, in the office before you put it in front of someone. That is a common mistake that builders of all shapes and sizes have, from like top tier venture funded startups to like new builds, all of you. So just I ask you to be mindful of that. Ship before you think you're ready. Get it in front of users as soon as possible. Post something, share something. You're one tweet away from going viral, and you just don't know it. I've seen a couple of, this happened a couple of times where somebody vibe code something like, hey, I just put this together. Here's a problem. Here's a solution. I just thought it'd be pretty cool to share. Next thing they know, they have like 250,000 views and comments and engagement. Like, that's when you know you're on to something. So again, like, go and share before you think you're ready.
Yeah. Let's give folks. It looks like, okay. So if you're having an issue with the free plan, don't stress. It's being worked on right now. So just a heads up. Engineering is on that. Francisco just gave us an update in the background that the engineering team is actively looking into that. So you all might just have to be a little patient on top of that. But yeah, don't stress. It will be fixed in the next few minutes as well. Hey, Manny.
Yep.
Do you have your screen share still up?
I can, yeah.
Go to, before you screen share, go to the dashboard page and make sure you're on the 10-year Buildathon.
Okay, 1 second.
It may be dumb. I don't know. I just wanted 960 projects are already in. If y'all go to the gallery's loading. There's so many already. Like, you guys are cranking already. So it's good to see this. We're over 2,000 people on the live site right now, which is cool to see. The first time I think we've ever had that go that high, the little counter at the top.
So you want to share the dashboard view on
let's see, dashboard. Let me just make sure this isn't going to share any.
I don't think so.
Nope, there's no emails on there.
All right. Yeah, I'm sharing right now. Yep, we're just showing 1,600 participants.
16,842 participants. Look at the top. Look at it counting up at the top. 20, 2,000, 30. Like, there's two of us on this dashboard page. So that's me and you on this dashboard page. So what you're looking at here at the top is these presence indicators. The first one will show you how many people are on the specific page you're on. The second one will show you how many people are on the site itself.
Ooh, it's cranking, dude, in real time, dude. What's happening? Oh, I think the chat just saw it and they're like, dude, that happened in real time. That's crazy, dude. You need like a little burner thing, like fire going like brrr. That was crazy, dude.
That's insane. Everything is insane, bro. Look at this. 1,000 projects already submitted, created, and 5 submissions. So 5 of you have already submitted. I don't know what you've submitted, because this means you've filled in your form fully. Like, this means you've already told us what you're going to build. You've already made your video. So like, those submissions are probably not that great. I'm just going to put that out there, because we're 10 minutes into this thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, take your time on this stuff, folks. But it's just this, as a vibe coder, as a nerd, like, just seeing this stuff, like, is so cool for me to, like. I mean, I was really stressed out. Obviously, we went through a little rocky patch there, because I think, I mean, almost never will you, as a person, we've talked about this before, like, hit this level of volume on your project inside of Replit. Like, this is just insane, you know? But yeah, what are you thinking, Manny? I see people. Can we use build power mode? Yeah, you can use power mode, 2K and climbing. Yeah, there we go. So I saw somebody say, "Hey, do I have to put my face in the video?" You don't have to put your face in the video. You could narrate it. You could just talk in the background. What you want to do is you want to show personally that you're like a real human. That's what we're interested in seeing. You know. That's really what we're interested in seeing here, is that you're just
My view on this is that early on, when you're building something new, people aren't necessarily buying the product or the service. They're buying you. They're buying your story. They're asking themselves, like, okay, can this person solve this? Do I trust them? And so I just think that you need to show your face for that. So I would highly encourage you to do that. I know it's tough. I know it's not easy for a lot of folks, but I highly encourage you to do that. I think it's a growth area. And you can even see this trend right now, like even like the most popular, like well-funded VCs, like you see all their launch videos, and it starts with the founder. It's like, I had this problem and I did this, blah blah. Like, it always starts with the founder. Look at the person, and these are like serious operations. So I think, like, this early on, people are not buying your product or service. They're buying the potential, and they're buying you. So I think you got to show your face.
Yeah. I see some folks still talking about free not being active. That's being looked into. I know it's being they're looking into it right now. So hang tight if you're on a free plan. Otherwise, you should be good to go. The free will be opened up whenever they can get through to that on the back end. So it's being looked at currently. We're getting updates on that. If you are looking at the Buildathon site, you're seeing all those projects come in. That's a dashboard that Manny just had open. If you want, you can already start going and exploring projects. And I think, I don't think voting's open for the public yet. Voting will open next week as we get all these projects in. So your goal right now is just to set up your project and configure your profile. But look at look at the projects already flooding in here. So people were ready. And again, you can use old projects, new projects, whatever you got here. The goal for what you're going to show us is how much progress you can make in 24 hours, which means your checkpoint maybe we want to show them this, Manny. Let's do this on your side. Let's demo real quick. Go open up the sidebar and just click on your profile on the left there. Go ahead and register a project. Let's just register let's just show people kind of this process here. So what you'll see on the right is your little get started, and then you set up your project name. What's on the right, this get started, is your progress indicator. So it's telling you, hey, Manny, your profile's already complete. That's great. And then it's going to ask you for these different details that Manny's sharing now. So maybe just dump any kind of photo you want in there. And then everything gets logged in this activity feed. There's an activity feed where you can start interacting with projects and sites that people are creating and different things inside of here. And then you'll be able to see, you can select a specific Replit project. You don't have to do this. This is not something that's required for this one. We're not enforcing a specific project, but if you want to link a project, you can. In the last Buildathon and some other Buildathons, we require you to submit an individual project. This one's not the case. And then you can add a tag there. And so if you save that, Manny, at the top, what you'll, project names required. What just happened?
Just went out. Test. Let's save and continue. Bam.
Okay, great. So it's going to tell you that you need to add a tag there, just a heads up. But you see now at the bottom, there's a second submission, right? So now there's that 10-year Buildathon submission. You see where it says start? That's where you all will go to then fill in the submission. Go ahead and click on that. And there's your form that you'll submit. So this is the form that you'll submit to submit your actual project. So this is where you'll be, this is your final, you'll tell us what you'll build. There's your public project, any social update, your link, and then there's a couple toggles. There's a couple extra partners and prizes that are happening here. So if you want to submit a test flight link for consideration for the Revenue Cat sponsorship, you can do that there. And then, there's a checkbox here. Let's see, Replit project required. Oh, okay. So it is saying, look, it's asking for the project on your project page. No big deal. Just go ahead and you can save that as a draft if you'd like.
Save as draft.
So, yep, you can save it as a draft, and this will save it for you. And then you can come back and submit it later. Again, the right sidebar. So you see that little progress sidebar? That's where everything's going to live. It tells you, hey, so this is telling you your Replit project's still waiting for a project URL and a tag. So you can edit that. And then it's still saying, hey, your submission's in draft status. So for anybody who's interested, that's the process you're going to go through tomorrow or before tomorrow to submit this website. So that's the process. You can see everything in the activity feed. Once your project's up, you guys will be able to review and favorite projects, and you can start saving, different people that you want to interact with. Once the projects are in, we'll issue the replicache, and you all will be able to, Francisco's saying he wants, let's bring him in for a sec here. Maybe there's an update from engineering.
Hey everyone, great to see everybody.
Our on the ground correspondent coming to us live from Foster City, where servers are heating up. There's smoke coming from the server room. Francisco, tell us what's happening there.
Yeah, just getting some updates here. It was so funny because at one point I was on both like the internal call and the live stream, and I was like trying to decipher what was going on. So thank you all so much for your patience. On the Buildathon page, we just had never seen that much traffic at once. Obviously, we kind of went to the dashboard, and it is so cool to see you all jumping in there. And it was so funny. I was here when like you should, it's up, and then the number just spiked immediately because everyone went back.
Captured it live, dude. It was like 500.
So it was very cool to see that. A huge shout out to Breno, our engineer, who basically went in there manually, kind of removed some of the limits that are there. So thank you so much, Breno. Huge help. And one thing I'll ask everyone is please continue to drop your feedback in the chat, in the YouTube chat. Specifically is where we're looking at. KG also is taking an eye on the chat in Discord as well. And we're looking into basically everything that's going on as best we can. I'm hearing a lot about the free plan and having some issues there, so that they're actively looking into that as well. A couple of questions that came up that I saw was like, hey, like if we're on the free plan, when it goes live, if you're having any issues, I know some folks are fine. It is only going to be economy moving forward. So if you're on the free plan, it will be free and you'll be able to build as much as you want, but it will be on the economy mode. I saw a couple of questions coming in just to confirm. But yeah, I know there's a couple of issues here and there. I think a lot more folks are getting access as we kind of roll it out. So, but still, if you have any feedback on that or any like issues folks are seeing, please let us know. Let us know what plan mode you're on and anything else that's kind of coming up. And there's like a, I don't know, it's probably like when the call first started, there was like 4 engineers. Now there's like 10. Huge shout out to McKelly, Arnav, everyone else is on there. Huge thank you. There's people coming in from all over as we continue to grow. And I mean, the traffic is incredible. We're super happy. We're so happy that people are building. Like people are super excited. And then it's just amazing to see. One thing, Spellstrike Tactical, Francisco, my credits, so you paid out to me. Yes, no worries. Anyone who built the last Buildathon, I'm looking out for you. And then there's questions on the caps. There actually isn't any caps. You're able to build as much as you want. There are a couple of internal caps that are being set just to make sure there isn't any fraud. So as long as like you're not committing any fraud or spinning up like tons of projects in a funky way, like fraud level, there won't be any issues. You'll be able to build as much as you need to. So lots of stuff coming in for now, and we're doing some fixes on the plan mode for free. If again you're seeing any issues, please drop them in the chat, and then the engineering team is like live looking through that as well.
Amazing, that's great. Should people even bother doing tickets for some of these, or should they just drop it in the chat here?
I think drop in the chat for now.
Yeah.
Like as this continues like 15, 20 minutes, that sort of thing, then we'll probably start doing some tickets because then support can look into it. I think right now we're just 30 minutes into this like rolling out, and I think a lot of the free comments have slowed down in terms of people finding issues, and we're seeing that on the back end as well. So I think fixes are actively being rolled out as we speak.
Yeah. We're doing live debugging and live customer support. I think this is great. The fact that we're going live as we're getting the big rush, and so we can be here live for all of you. So if you have any problems, drop in the chat. We can pass it over to the engineers. Engineers are looking at the chat. We can give you updates. So I really like
the situation room here. It's like the Buildathon situation
right?
room. It's like we need coming in live from the press room. Blah blah blah.
Oh, it's great. Which is
like
always, yeah, which has always been one of Reimar's like big ideas. I think there's going to be a lot more like this, and I hope you all enjoy it. And yeah, we're very excited. But yeah,
well, it goes to show again. I think we talk a lot about building in public, distribution, going live before maybe everything is perfect. And I'm not saying like things are set up right, like things can be as perfect as you want when you're dealing with technology and scale. However, once you deal with like with the reality of like the world, Murphy's Law is always at play. Even with like live streaming, how many times, Manny, have we done and prepared and tested, and then some little internet glitch happens, or some little some unforeseen thing just comes up, and like that's how the real world is. And I think one of the cool things we're entering is this era that like you can just respond in real time. I mean, imagine before being able to just have the engineering resources or being able to like solve these problems in the moment. So I think it's just really a cool testament to like the market itself, the industry as it's evolving, how fast these things are moving, and just the ability to adapt on the fly, that this can happen. Things can, there can be a problem for a few minutes, but then it gets solved in real time. And it's like, when has that ever been possible to get this type of feedback and then have that type of iteration loop in such a short amount of time? Just to be able to go in and loop on that stuff. So it's just super cool. I know it's a little frustrating sometimes if you're on the back end of it, but it's so amazing to see, honestly, like as a moment for the industry.
It's so impressive. Now, we could have played it safe. We could have said like light mode free for just US folks. I think that would have been super, like totally reasonable. People would still be happy with that. But no, we went international, all modes except turbo. And that's going big, and that's just trusting what we have in place, trusting our team to adapt on the fly, and also having these channels so we can hear from you directly to fix it in near real time. So that's just so cool.
And again, just even running this on Replit itself, like the Buildathon platform being built in Replit is the dog fooding experiment of all experiments. I mean, you talk about the size of Replit's user base, and I think most people don't think about 55 million users potentially, like at scale here. And it's like, okay, not that many users are on the platform every single day, right? But even if it's a tiny fraction of that, like you're seeing 2,000 people on the current site, and that's just the Buildathon site. I can't even imagine what the number of people in Replit right now are. Francisco, did engineering tell, like, is there any clue as to like, I mean, is it millions? Is it hundreds of thousands? Is it like, I want to know those numbers. Like, holy cow!
Yeah, we don't have any exact numbers right now. I think right now they're just a lot. I will say a lot.
It's like
a lot.
everyone is here.
Yeah, what I'll say, someone said in the back end is like clearly people were waiting for this moment to jump on and begin to build. So like it's just it's a very unusual spike is what I'll say, and it's very clearly so. But again, it's awesome. We're super excited.
People are asking about the different modes. So let me drop some documentation in the chat for all of you that goes through the different modes. So typically what we have is, so we have light, economy, and power. And let me just share this tab here. It's probably easier to do that. Bring it over here. Cool. Yeah, and I just dropped the link to this documentation in the chat. So we have 3 modes that you'll go into: light, economy, power. I like light for simple changes, very fast, like maybe text or an image. Economy, something a little bit more substantive. And power, if you have like a really hairy task that you want to make sure agent does its best work. And then typically under power and advanced, we have a turbo mode as well that just moves a little bit faster and use up more credits. For the 24-hour period, you're going to get access to light, economy, and power. And so if you're deciding which of these modes to work with, I suggest you go into the documentation. I'll tell you, like, I like to stay in light mode, just kind of fast and snappy, and just kind of going with agent, going back and forth. If I'm walking away, if I'm like gonna like go and grab, like go for a walk or gonna grab some food, I'll drop in a big prompt into power and then like walk away and come back. And economy mode is kind of somewhere in the middle. Like I like economy mode too, nice and chill. So each one of these modes has their kind of their own flavor to it, their own feel to it. So now is the time to experiment. Like it's free, so just go try all these different modes and figure out like when you're going to use each one of those modes in the future to be more efficient with your credit usage after the free period ends.
Yeah. Absolutely. And yeah, it's always good to kind of know between the modes, be able to switch between them. As a reminder, turbo mode is turned off for the time being, just for during this promotional period. But also fun. Just be mindful, it's very expensive. I will not lie. But yeah. And then I'm seeing a couple different comments here. People are kind of getting up and going. Their projects are moving along. Thank you so much, everyone, for kind of the updates. This is super helpful. As we connect with the engineering team, and it seems like free mode is beginning to kind of get resolved. So again, thanks for letting us know. We appreciate it. If you're on free mode and now everything is working, please drop it in the chat. That kind of helps us just make sure we're focusing on the right things as we move along. Another quick thing is I'm seeing some folks that are dropping in bugs or issues that they had previously. Before the Buildathon. We can't really support at the moment. The only way we can help is if you have a ticket number. If you have a ticket number, we're sometimes able to flag it and then kind of show it out to the right people. But other than that, we're not able to help if it's just some issue you're having. But again, drop it in the chat. Let us know if things are not working, and as much detail as possible. Right? What plan mode what tier of plan are you on? What are some of the issues? What's happening? Any maybe messages that are coming up? The more detail, the better. That's super, super helpful for us to kind of like investigate and check. Feel free to drop in the YouTube chat. And then for folks asking about Discord access, again, be sure to log into the Buildathon's URL, which is linked at the top of the chat. That's the best way to be able to get access. And then you will be able to be checking out this dashboard, or be able to check out this website that Manny is pointing towards. But yeah. But with that, I'm going to go back to the engineering side, let them know kind of an update, and then we're going to keep an eye on the comments here. But again, thank you all so much. I'll be back, 10 minutes or so.
Francisco, next time we got to give you a camera and a microphone to be like going to the engineers like, so how do you feel? Like, what's going on?
Exactly.
And just like
I gotta run with
coming
those
from the
big
server
ones.
room in the background. Yeah, like your own camera crew running around, dude. Hey, we're learning too. This is the first time we're doing this. But first time we're going live, going to one of these big events. So we're gonna iterate on this too, right, Reimar?
That's it. Yeah, and I see some people saying free is being unblocked. So it's probably one of those things where it's got to roll out. It's probably like it'll take some time to roll out to everyone. So just keep giving it a little bit of time there. Yes, free is working. So we've got a bunch of people saying that free is coming in, free tier is working, but then also a couple people saying that it's still blocked. So it's probably just going to take a second to matriculate out to everyone. But yeah, the folks are working on it. Again, the Situation Room coming in live at you here. Thanks everyone for tuning in. That's right, reporting live from Foster City.
I'll see if I can pull an engineer in here too soon in a second. See if maybe someone's brave enough to come out here.
Dude, that would be great. Get him in here, man.
It would be so good to hear.
Awesome.
Like what? Yes, do that.
Awesome.
Please.
All right, y'all. I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
All right, dude.
So let's look. Almost 1,500 projects already submitted or created on the back end here. Wild to see that. And I'm interested to see the activity feed is open. So the activity feed will start showing kind of, as people favorite. Maybe you want to go to that activity feed, Manny?
Doing that
open that
right
thing up.
now.
And so what the activity feed here does is it's just showing you, so somebody favorited a project, somebody created a project. So kind of everything that happens across the app here ends up in this activity feed. And maybe go to one of these projects, like just click on one of these projects and let's see if somebody has, click on that one that's Edison has shouted out.
This one.
Yeah, click on go to view project in the top right there.
Bam.
And what I want to show is scroll down just a bit here. Keep scrolling. There you go. Give it a shout out. That's what I'm talking about. So that's how that ended up in the feed. You cannot shout out your own project, but if you like some other project or if you appreciate the work somebody's doing and you go ahead and shout them out, that will show up in the live feed that you just saw. So as Manny does that, you'll see the activity feed below. And then if you go to the activity now, if you go to the activity page, it might be coming in too fast or maybe not see it. Maybe refresh.
There it is, dude.
So it might just take a second for it to pop in there. Usually it's real time, but with the amount of traffic, the WebSockets might just be taking a little second. So anyway, that's how you can feature other projects. That's how you can share stuff. So again, you can't promote your own project here, but you can promote other people's projects. And it's a great way to share thoughts and share feedback. Eventually you'll be able to score all these other projects. So once we open up voting, and then next week, we're also going to open up Replicash, which means the wallets will open up and we'll issue a bunch of Replicash that you all can invest in other projects. And that will then open up the billboards at the top that will allow you to start advertising your projects. And over the course of the next week, we'll again have the whole voting and judging and everything else set up and running on the site here.
Hey, Nico's here live on the stream, dude. We just
Hey.
What's up, Nico?
Nice.
I love it.
You just got a little shout out.
Yeah, and a couple of thoughts. Like, this is the beauty of having this type of platform is that one, you get to showcase your work, you get feedback from other folks, but also you too get to review everybody else's projects, maybe get some inspiration. You can judge other projects. I oftentimes find it's easier to judge other people's projects and get some feedback and like think about what you're going to incorporate than trying to look at your own project. So that's a really good, helpful tactic to kind of refine what you should be building yourself. And then fourth, it helps us out a lot. We're gonna have a lot of entries this Buildathon, and like I'm already like stressing about Thursday and Wednesday when we're going through the submissions, dude. We're gonna talk about like having no sleep. I think we're gonna go like a long time because we try to I think we made a commitment to all of you and to ourselves that we're gonna review every single submission. If it means like we go with zero sleep, I think we're okay with that, right, Reimar? Because you put in the work into making this happen. I feel like we owe you like to look at all of your submission, give it like a fair shot and a fair look. Like, is it going to be like 10 minutes long? No, but everybody's going to get 2 minutes for us to check it out and see your submission, check it out. So It helps us out a ton when we see feedback from all of you. Like if you're giving each other cash or giving projects cash, if you're dropping in comments, shout outs, like that type of signal helps us out so much because we can say like, okay, yeah, like, okay, everybody else really likes this. Why? Interesting. Let's take a second look here. So please, please, please helps us out a lot when you review these projects.
Yeah, and let me explain a little bit about what we've built in that's going to help with this. So you can favorite projects. There's Replicash. There's scoring. Believe it or not, all these spotlights, the ads, all the different things you can do. You can, Manny, you can open up the score tab. That people will not see this yet, but since you're an admin, so we can give people a sneak peek of how this scoring is going to happen. So you'll be able to see this. Once we open up public scoring, everyone will be able to score any project on the site. And so we're really going to lean into the crowd this time for you all to help give us signals. And we're also going to figure out how do we reward folks who help us find these top submissions. So like Manny said, we're going to do obviously everything we can to go through and view every site. I just think the scale of this is going to be very difficult for us to give everyone the amount of time we did on the last one without some of those other signals. So that's why it's going to be extra important that your thumbnail stands out here, that your video is compelling, that your your what you tell us, right? So even if you just in the submission page tell us like, here's what I accomplished, your ability to tell the story of what you build here is going to be just as important as what you build itself. So just again, can't reiterate that enough.
That's a really good point. Make sure you have a good thumbnail. Make sure you have some good copy here. Make sure your public URL is working well, loading.
Yeah, and we're getting a notice here. If you're on a free plan, you might want to do a clear your cookies and a hard refresh. So if you're still having any issues with that, it is rolling out fully to everyone. But that is another thing you may be able to do to clear that up, is just to do a hard refresh and clear your cache and cookies in your Replit project.
Shout out to Tag here. This is, let's take a look here. There's the luxury yacht interiors. Okay, let's go. That's pretty niche. I also like niche concepts. I think niche, you can dominate niche concepts.
Can we look at, it says it's already submitted. Can you look at that? What was submitted?
Yes.
Go back
here,
and let's open up what was actually, I don't think we're seeing the screen.
Oh, I don't want to, his email pops up there.
Oh, I see.
I don't want to scroll too low.
Right there, yeah, just right there where it says submitted.
Yep.
Will that open up? Will that the checkpoints underneath?
Yeah, the email comes
through. Okay, never mind. All right. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, we'll check that out in a bit. But let's see this submission. Check out this site, dude. As I scroll down, you see that? Yeah. As I scroll down, the video plays through. That's so cool. It's a little laggy, but that's kind of a cool concept. Look at that. Hey, nice Tag. Whoa, look, I'm scrolling. I go in the plane. What's up? Oh, a little music playing in the background. Wow, Tag, this is cool, man. Let me turn that music off. That's cool. This is very neat, Tag. So again, the idea of this Buildathon is we want to see what you're able to do in 24 hours. So Tag, I would love to see like the delta on this by tomorrow, 5 a.m. Like, okay, how have you improved this? And it looks like you got some really nice UI. So maybe it's on the distribution side. You say like, oh, I was able to get this many customers or users, this many folks, or like I was able to get this many views on a post. It could be like a new feature that you built in. Maybe like you built out the platform, you got a really nice front end here, but now you have the platform that's working really well. And you can show us that. So would love to see what you're able to do in 24 hours. But this is like, you're off to a really good start here. This is really slick UI, dude. This is impressive.
Yeah. Two things here I want to point out. For anyone having issues with the verification process, the team's actually actively working on a fix that just came in from Francisco. And also Replit project not showing for registration on the Buildathon site. If you just created a brand new project, it's going to take some time for that to show up. That should not be a blocker for you to submit the project, though. So we're going to remove that as a requirement for the blocker. So don't stress that. That's not a thing that will limit your submission. So we're basically not we're not basing any of this on a specific Replit project, just on your overall usage. And then again, if you're having issues with the free plan or agent issues, just know that those fixes are being rolled out right now.
Correct. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of like free plan verification issues. Yeah, bear with us. We're working on that right now. We'll give you updates on that. Keep trying if you can. Folks are asking how to get the Discord link. So you want to go to the Buildathon site, register, set up your profile, and then you'll get an option to jump into the Discord.
Do you want to screen share that real quick, and we can just show people exactly where to go get those links?
Totally. Let's see here.
And then just a heads up, I'll have to pop off here at the top of the hour.
Perfect. I'll stick around for like another half hour after that, just to. I kind of want to go longer, man, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm here. Let me share my screen. Bam.
Okay, so go to the About page on the left there, the main profile. So, are you logged in or no?
Yeah, I'm logged in.
You sure it says join? Oh, it does say edit. Okay, so scroll down. So there's a block there with a community. I think it's at the bottom. There you go. Access Discord. So once you're logged in, you'll click this, and this will just take you to the community hub, where you'll need to log in with Replit. And this should, again, if you're registered for the Buildathon, you should have no problem logging in and connecting to Discord here. If you have a pro plan, then you should have no problem logging in.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to show you how.
But if you don't register for the Buildathon and you don't have the core or a pro plan, then you will not get access. So you just need to make sure you're registered for the Buildathon first, and then come to this community hub Discord page, and you should be able to then get a link right into Discord. Discord is rocking. Yes, Discord is going absolutely nuts right now, y'all.
Let's go. Get in there. No, you don't need to register a project right now. No, actually, you can come in like an hour out, or like don't wait for an hour, but like towards the end of the 24-hour period, register everything and put in your submission, and you'd be done. So you don't have to be in the Buildathon site right now. I think it's helpful if you want to get into the Discord, but to put in your project details, you don't have to do that. Really, like you can do that later with your submission.
Okay. All right. So that being said, I'm gonna drop here, Manny. I will be keeping an eye on the back end as best I can. However, I will be also heading back to the U.S. from Brazil today. So.
Can we give a big shout out to Reimar Chat? Man, he's been a trooper, dude. He's technically been on vacation the last 7 days, but I think most of that time he's spent on the computer, beachside, stressing out about all of this. And Reimar, you being able to join us here, man, dude, we can't tell you how much we appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's super cool to see. Honestly, I almost missed it, but these moments are super cool, and just to be able to like see the energy of this community and see everyone building and tinkering, it's just, yeah, it's super cool. So glad I got to be here. Sorry I couldn't have camera on, but yeah, everyone go build. I'm super excited. The next week is going to be amazing to see what all you have put together, and yeah, thanks everyone. I'll catch you guys soon.
Thank you, Reimar. See you soon, dude.
Bye, everyone.
Okay, so I'm gonna stick around. We're gonna roll solo for now. We'll wait on Francisco for more updates. I'll keep answering your question. Brazil office confirmed. Well, we have Marcelo down there. I think Marcelo's doing a live stream right now too. So I have to find a link to that. So if you're in Brazil, if you want to listen in Portuguese, you might want to go check that out. But yeah, a Brazil office would be really nice. We're actually thinking about rolling out some more offices internationally. I know there's been talk of Tokyo, NYC, London. I think we got to be in London. I'm so surprised by how many folks we have in the UK. And not only are they very active in the community, they are dominating. I feel like every one of our events has had somebody from the UK take down a big prize. Our mobile buildathon went to Ruth Heisman. She's in the UK. We featured a couple of other UK builders. And then this past Buildathon, there were some other folks from the UK. So I think we got to be in London. And we also have Ralph out there now. He just recently joined our developer relations team. He's based out of Europe. I know he's spending a lot of time in London. Like, hey, see, like, some folks here from London. See, I told you. Like the UK comes in strong, man, really strong. Always representing well. Got Brazil here. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you're in Brazil, you've got to follow Marcelo. Let me pull up his handle here. Marcelo. Share this tab. Let me go here. Yeah, if you're in Brazil, you've got to follow Marcelo. He is all things Replit in Brazil. This guy is a machine. He's a one-man wrecking crew. What we're doing here in the US with like a team of 6, 7, like 6, yeah, he's doing all by himself in Brazil, doing live streams, doing events, hosting hackathons, talking to businesses, talking to people. He is amazing. So definitely give Marcelo a follow here on X and on LinkedIn. And if you're just tuning in, we've just started Agent for free for 24 hours to celebrate Replit turning 10. We also have a Buildathon that's coinciding as well, giving you an opportunity to build some really cool stuff. Head over to our Buildathon, put together your profile, sign up for the Discord, and then just start hacking, start working on your project. For the Buildathon, we want to see how much progress you can make in 24 hours. We have 100K in prizes that are going to be up for grabs. And so just really excited to see what progress you can make. And the idea here is that, I think people underestimate what they can do in 24 hours. You can get a lot done in that period, especially with a tool like Replit. So that's what we want you to do, and that's what we want you to share. So for your submissions for the Buildathon, not only do we want a link for your project, obviously it has to be built in Replit, but we also want you to share your story in terms of what you were able to accomplish in 24 hours. And that can be in just a social post on LinkedIn or X, preferably a video with you like face on camera, talking about yourself, your experience, what happened, like almost think of it as a vlog, like, 24 hours, Agent went free for live for everybody because it's, well, you don't have to tell us that because we already know that, but like, here's what I was able to do in 24 hours. Amazing. Here's what I was able to accomplish. Here's what I'm doing next. Something like that, something as simple like that might help you take down a prize to fund the next round of cycles on your project. And so like I'll just kind of continue fielding these questions. If you're having any problems registering, drop it here in the chat. We have engineers that are in the chat that they're looking for issues and trying to troubleshoot these in real time. Earlier, we had some issues with our Buildathon site, just getting a ton of traffic. That has been resolved. We're good there. And then we're just trying to stomp out these little edge cases that are still popping up. It looks like some folks are still having some issues with the free plan. Yeah, keep dropping that in here. Keep dropping those issues. And also, if they get resolved for you, if you're able to finally get in, okay, please also update the chat as well so that we see where we're making progress in fixing some of these bugs that are coming up. Yeah, so let's see here. Hong Kong here. Coffee pot is brewing. Let's go. Cool. Yeah, any other questions, any other issues popping up, drop it here in the chat. We'll take a look here. Brandon, you don't have any access. Tell us more, Brandon. What plan are you trying to get on? Are you on the free plan, core plan? Drop in some details and let us know so we can have our team take a look. Power mode is available as well. This is included in Agent in the Agent free plan. So you should have access to power mode. You should have access to light mode and also economy mode. The only thing that you won't see is turbo mode. So in power mode, you can opt to go turbo. That's not going to be available for the next 24 hours. So you should have access to power mode. refresh and let us know if that's resolved. Yep. Yeah, if you're having issues, okay, cool. Free plan is preventing me from using agents. Okay, cool. Making a note of that. Okay, so still having some issues with the free plan. Okay, cool. So yeah, we're on it. We're resolving these issues, and then we're gonna keep fixing some of these bugs. Okay, in the meantime, let's go to our dashboard and see where we are now with the activity here. Let's see. Let me give me a moment to get here. Share this tab. Okay, so looks like we have 2,000 people on the site now. And let me refresh this so I get some numbers here. Okay, those gotta pop up. If you're in the on the Buildathon site, you can head over to the gallery. You can see some of the projects that people have already submitted to work on for this Buildathon. Again, you don't have to do this right now. It's nice if you want to share what you're building and start getting feedback. But really, what's most important is to have this done by tomorrow, 5 a.m. Pacific time. That's when the Buildathon submissions will close, and that's at that point that we'll start looking at them and open up voting for everybody. And so I think it's good to kind of look through some of these, get some inspiration in terms of what people are building, check out what folks are able to do with Replit. But more than anything, just kind of locking in on your concept and going and starting to build on your existing idea or new idea. And again, like, doesn't have to be a new project, can be a project that maybe you started a couple of weeks back and they just kind of never got back to. We want to see like how much progress we can make in 24 hours. So let me continue to look at the chat here. Do the builds have to have a theme? No, no, they don't. They don't have to have a theme. For me, like what resonates, what I've seen resonate with past winners is the theme being something close to you, something that you have some experience in, and something where like you're specifically positioned to solve and to fix. And so whatever theme that is, like, whether it's like helping people find garage sales, or like earlier we saw like someone like helping people like build out interiors for luxury private planes. Like, yeah, go like we had another winner for one of our build-a-thons. Like, they were helping folks buy custom windows and for their homes. So like, no, I think the niche the better. I think niche is actually like an advantage for you, because that's a little bit harder to compete against. So no themes, just the big theme for the overall buildathon is the progress that you're able to make in 24 hours. We want to see like that big change, that big delta. We want to see you go hard and do some big things and really push yourself to level up that project that you're working on. App testing should be free. So when you go to Replit, you build a mobile app, you have the opportunity to test it within Replit. We have an iOS and Android emulator, so you can pop into that and view it within Replit. You also have the opportunity to test the app on your phone locally with Expo Go on your phone. And then you also have the opportunity to get that mobile app into the App Store and test it in Test Flight, which is probably the closest thing that your actual users are going to see, especially if you're publishing to the Apple App Store. And that should all be covered. What won't be covered is the deployment. So there is some cost to deploying an app. There's a cost to hosting the app. That isn't covered in the next, as free for the next 24 hours. But again, what I find is that the agent, that's like really where like the bulk of the spend happen. So that additional cost should be fairly minimal. Yeah, if you're having issues, drop them. Yeah, if you're having issues, drop them here in the chat. Tell us what problems you're having, and give us a little bit of background in terms of what plan you're on, what you're doing, and then, as I mentioned, we're having engineers look at this chat so they can troubleshoot it live. Good to see you. Yeah, this is awesome. This is so much fun. Again, we're doing agent free for 24 hours, international, across most of our agent modes, everything except turbo plan. So you get light, economy, and power. I can't believe we included power. I can't believe we did international. Super ambitious. This is a big deal for us. Well, turning 10 is a big deal for us. We wanted to celebrate and wanted to do it big. And so I'm really happy that we're able to pull this off. And then on top of all that, having a buildathon as well. That's, as you can imagine, that's pretty tough for us, but we're all super excited to make it happen. I'm oftentimes surprised in terms of what people are able to build during these buildathons in this short period of time. And it's just a great way for us to see what you're building, also connect with a lot of you, because now I feel like, folks that have participated in past buildathons and have even won some of the past buildathons, like I see them on X and LinkedIn all the time, and I feel like I know them, and I just love to be connected with some of you. And then that's kind of the other neat thing about this buildathon, is that it allows you to get on our radar, and it allows you to celebrate you as well. So shout out to Kelly recently, and let me pull up this tweet that I made up Kelly, and um, let's see if I have it here. Let me share this tab. Shout out to Kelly Vanderbeek. She launched her app Strike Tactical. It's an app to help kids learn how to spell in a very interesting and compelling way. She custom built it for her son, to help him spell. She launched that site, and she recently got her first paying customers on her mobile app. And so, yeah, we met Kelly during the Buildathon. She was one of the weekly winners. She took down one of the overall grand prizes as well. And so now we're tracking Kelly and we're celebrating her wins. We're like, her wins are our wins. And so I love seeing folks give us these updates like, yeah, I made my first dollar with Replit recently. And like, we love celebrating this and just like helping you build and share these wins with everybody. So again, another like perk of being in the Buildathon and being in the Discord, and you're gonna meet a lot of cool people. Like I feel like people are connecting, they're helping each other out, and you're developing like a lot of great relationships as well. Replit is such a superpower. Absolutely. Like I feel like Replit is the must-have tool in your toolbox for anything. It's such a general purpose tool. I can't think of a person or a role that wouldn't benefit from Replit. And I'm oftentimes surprised by how people are using Replit. If you're looking for a new job, don't go into the interview with a bland old resume. Go into that interview with a vibe coded app for that company and show them what you built and impress them that way. There's somebody in our community that was looking for a new job and was looking to switch careers, going to somewhere new, put in his application for a role, got rejected, took the initiative, vibe coded an app, sent it to the CEO, got called back, and was hired within 5 days, and now is leading a whole bunch of new projects at that new company because he took the initiative and vibe coded something and sent it over. If you're at work and you have a new idea, like what's going to be more compelling? Like you like putting together a slide deck and showing people what your idea is and fielding like a whole bunch of questions, or you vibe coding a prototype of that idea, sharing it with folks, and then like getting buy-in that way. Like so much easier to do that. If you're at work, if you have tedious tasks, that you want to automate away, vibe code something in Replit that helps you do that. Build an internal tool. Like Rymar here is vibe coded the entire Buildathon platform to help us host these Buildathons. He did that, and now he's supporting all of you for this event. Um, I've seen also like investors, like they're like listening to pitches from companies, and as that company is pitching their as they're pitching, those investors are vibe coding changes to their website in real time and showing them what they would suggest and what they would do. And so that just leaves such a such a much bigger impression when you're able to do that. If you're a student, the ability to vibe code your projects and like not just like write a paper on something, but actually like build something like an app or something and show that and instead of like some presentation, like that's just so compelling. So I think like Replit is a universal tool that you want in your toolbox. It gives you superpowers and lets you do like a whole bunch of different things. Recently, like we had like some local school issues here in my neighborhood, and I wanted to petition the school district to make some changes. I put together a website. I put together the website with like different copies, different points, different links, and then I shared that, and I started a newsletter and a group, and all of that was vibe coded in Replit. So I feel like any challenge you have, Replit is going to be useful in helping you build cool things to help to fix that. Thank you very much. Yeah. Happy birthday to Replit, 10 years old today. It's a really good one. I don't think many people appreciate that Replit is 10 years old. I think they appreciate it when they see how performant their app is. So we see a lot of folks come like having started their coding journey elsewhere and then like running into roadblocks as they try to build more layers of complexity into their app, or as they try to scale from 5, 10, 100, 1,000 different users. They eventually end up coming back to Replit because the infrastructure is just so much more performant, and security as well. The security is like just like infused throughout the entire platform. And so I think what people don't appreciate is just we just have like a 10-year head start on everybody else. There's a lot of like other new platforms out there that are just launched, like that have just launched in the last year or have gotten big over the last year. There's new ones coming up all the time, but we just have a 10-year head start on building this infrastructure that's very performant, helps you scale your apps, and is super secure. And so, that's what we're hearing all the time from people that are coming over from other places. Hey, well, if you're just finding out about Replit, that's great news. Official 24 hours. Curious, how did you find out about Replit? Did you hear it from a friend on social, on X, on LinkedIn, from who? Be curious to hear how you found out about us. And yeah, just be ready. Like I find like when people first hear about Replit, the first, I'd say 2 weeks, like they're just on it. Like it's very addictive to be on Replit, especially if you're a non-technical person. What we're finding, or even if you're a technical person, you've just been really busy. But what we're finding is that people have like maybe like 10 years worth of ideas that have been built up that have just never been able to be built out or really tested because they didn't have the technical capability to build those things out. And now with Replit, you can make that happen in an afternoon. If you have an idea, you can build out that platform, that website. If you have an idea for a game, a mobile game, you can build that out in Replit as well. And then just making changes and iterations to that. It's very, very addictive. So welcome to the Replit fam, official 24 hours, eager to see what you build. Absolutely. Extending to international was huge. Super ambitious for us. Like I think we could have easily done this like just US and just light mode. But the fact that we went international, everybody gets agent for free for 24 hours. And it's like all our big three agent modes: light, economy, and power. When I saw that, I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Oh man, this is like super generous." So happy that we were able to make that happen again. Like this is ambitious for us. We're going big here, but man, I feel like turning 10, you got to celebrate. You got to go big. So appreciate the shout out there. And again, if you're having issues, please bear with us. Drop your issues here in the chat. We have engineers looking at it, and we'll have somebody circle back to you, or not circle back to you, but we'll like we'll address it and we'll give you updates as we go here. And if something gets resolved for you, also put that in the chat as well, because we'd love to see that progress. Interesting that. Okay, cool. So good to note. Thank you, Daniels, for dropping this in. So when you access power mode, it's asking you to pay now. Okay, so that's something that we'll be looking into. So in the meantime, economy is pretty good too. Light mode is pretty good too. So just start building, and you can always come back. And then once power gets activated for you, come back and make additional changes. Yes, power mode is available. And as I mentioned, if you're curious about all these different modes, you can head over to our documentation. Let me try to find that. Replit docs. Give me a second here. And then I'll drop this in the chat again. And again, I'm dropping this in the YouTube chat here for everybody. We go back here, share my screen. Yeah, so if you're curious about the different modes, head over to this doc that walks you through light, economy, power. Again, these are different ways to build in Replit with Agent. And depending on your use case, you might use one over the other. I like light for like fast, quick, small changes, especially if I'm trying to stay in the flow and not get distracted and not wait too long and be tempted to go onto social media or do something. I like light mode just to like be making a whole bunch of changes really, really fast. So I'm like prompting, I'm reading what agent is telling me, I'm reviewing the changes, I'm prompting, things like that. Power mode for me is like a really hairy, tough problem. Or if I'm gonna be walking away from my machine for a little bit, if I'm gonna go for a walk or go grab lunch, then I'll put in a prompt and drop, and come back and see what power mode does. And then economy for me is somewhere in the middle. Now, typically we also have a turbo mode that's available with power as well in advanced settings. Not the case for the next 24 hours. So it's just going to be light, economy, and power. But yeah, power is available, which to me is pretty crazy. So take advantage of that. And I think this is also a good opportunity for you to try out all these different modes for free and to get a feel for these in terms of when you would use these when in your projects after agent stops being free. So also take the opportunity to familiarize yourself with these different modes so that you have some intuition in terms of future builds to help you keep on track, or to kind of match your energy for that time when you're building. So like if you're in focus mode, again, I go into light mode. If you're like in oh, I'm just going to drop in this prompt and I need to get it done fast, and I'm going into power mode, it's this is a great time to fill out these different modes and develop that intuition for future builds. All right, so let's come back here and look at some of these messages here. Okay. So keep dropping your comments here. I'll stay live for another 10 minutes or so. And keep working on this. Give me a moment here. Yeah, exactly. Build, 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 everybody. Time to build. Yeah, Plant Penguin, one of our weekly winners. Yeah, to check out some of the winners from the past Buildathon. Yeah, it's a great call out. So if you go to our Buildathon website, and let me share this tab here, and you head over to Agent 4 Buildathon, you can come and you can see the winners from the Agent 4 Buildathon. And I think this will give you like a really good sense of what we're looking for and um, yeah, some ideas to shoot for. So here's Kelly. This is a game that helps kids learn how to spell. Snap, like a um, ADHD friendly productivity app. Slam, this was a cool game. Rock, paper, scissors, but via the camera. Really cool. Redacting browser allows you to share context with LLMs while maintaining some privacy. High in 5 here, the ability to connect with people at random via video calls. Thought that was a really cool concept. Dollar Vibe Club here. Tommy, probably Tommy's live streaming right now. I really liked Dollar Vibe Club. Go check this out. Let me share this tab. The UI on this is so sick, Tommy. It's so nice. Look at this. And it's a platform to learn AI. You have different lessons from Tommy here. Look at all this. Like the branding here is so nice and so neat. Really cool. So go check that out as well. So yeah, if you go to winners here, you can see all the winners. These are weekly winners and also prize winners that you can check out. So looks like we've got Francisco here. Let me bring him on stage. Hey, Francisco, how's it going? You're muted, dude. He's setting up audio right now. Don't leave us hanging. All right, I'm gonna try to stay on as long as I can here. But we may have to come back and do another live stream as well. We weren't planning on it, but we've got 370 people here. Let me know. Would you like us to go live again sometime later today? I think that actually might be helpful. So drop it in the chat. Let me know if you'd like me to do that. We'll try to make that happen. How do I enter the contest? So head over to the Buildathon site and register. Let me drop that link again in the chat for you. Oh, it's actually pinned. Perfect. It's pinned on the chat. So head over there, set up your profile, put in your details, and importantly, set up the Discord so you have access to Discord. Now, what you have to do right now, it's not necessarily submit your project details. You can if you want to get on the gallery. But more important than anything I say is get access to Discord so you can chat with us 24/7 for the next, period. And then, before tomorrow, 5 a.m. Pacific time, go in there and drop your submission. And so again, what we're looking for is a link to your project. And we're also looking for a link to your social posts explaining what you got done in 24 hours. So, but in the meantime, I mean, right now, what you need to be doing is going out and thinking about what you're going to build and start hacking on Replit and getting that done. Francisco, what's up? Welcome back. What's the update?
Awesome. So sorry for leaving y'all hanging for so long. We were just kind of running around the back, making sure the free plan issues were removed, which it seems like a majority have gotten through. I've also seems like a lot of the phone verification numbers have also been fixed, which is fantastic. So again, thank you all so much for dropping your feedback. We were looking at feedback from Discord, YouTube, Twitter, and support is all firing on all cylinders. So we really appreciate it. Thank you so much for dropping in everything. A couple of quick updates. So the first being, if you are hitting like the message where it's like you've done this too many times on the phone verification, please write into support. If you've done it more than 10 times, it can sometimes block you for fraud. So as long as you're not doing anything on the fraud side of things, then you're able to be able to get that fixed. So write into support, submit a ticket, maybe with a screenshot of what you're seeing, and they're going to be able to fix that. They just came up with a fix, so please feel free to send it in there. I saw a couple, kind of like mentioned earlier, a couple of issues on payments, on things like that. Right into support. or share a ticket number in Discord, that is going to always be the fastest way for us to be able to help you, is when you have an actual ticket number. Otherwise, it makes it really tough for us to be able to kind of get everything up and going. So that's always the best way to get the support that you need. But other than that, I think we're in a good place. People are building. We're seeing like a lot of activity across everything. We're hitting peaks we normally never hit at 5 or 6 in the morning. So it's very, very fun to see what kind of people are up to. And someone on Discord who was on a pro plan has like 10 parallel agents going on a single project, which is just incredible to see. I think people are going very, very hard on everything they can. We actually, what was really interesting, I can't share too much information, but I can say is we have a lot of people on enterprise at like big tech companies we all know who are in the office, building and creating things. So I just want to say, a huge shout out to everyone who's, working on the West Coast at 5 in the morning, on Replit. It's incredible to kind of see. It's very, very cool to see all the different things that people are creating, building, and then everything else in between. This is great. But yeah, very exciting, man. Yeah, the team is excited. It's so funny because like some engineers drop out, more engineers come in as they're waking up. So yeah, great to see.
Yeah, rolling coverage for all of you. We're going to keep supporting you. I wanted to share where you can submit a ticket. So if you're here in your home page, you head over here to the top left, hit that Replit logo, and then go to help, and then get help, and then you can submit your ticket here. So like app, and then like describe what you're doing. Then you'll get a ticket number here, and that's what you want to be sharing with us. So yeah, as Francisco mentioned, if you're still running into those issues, if you've been locked out, go here again to help, get help, and get that ticket, submit that ticket, and drop that in Discord for us. And I think that's like the main thing you got to be doing right now on the Buildathon site. You don't have to set up your project. Really, the main thing is you have to sign up for Discord so that you can chat with us, you get updates, and you can submit tickets. And then after that, you got to go and build. You got 24 hours. Go and like hammer out what you're going to be working on and make progress on that. And then make sure you're giving yourself enough time as well to also be able to tell your story. Either that's a social post or that's a video. Give yourself time to do that and to think about the story for that. Keep it tight. I'd suggest below 3-minute video, and sharing that as well. And then before tomorrow, 5 a.m. Pacific time, going into the Buildathon site, that's when you can set everything up. Else up, you can put in your project details and make your checkpoint, submit your project URL. Tell us a little bit about what you built, and then also submit the link to that social post. My preference is LinkedIn and X. That's kind of where I get like the most visibility. And if when you do post on those platforms, make sure you tag us, tag Replit, tag me, tag Francisco, tag Weimar. There's a pretty good chance that I'll be able to see it and I'll respond to it and give you some feedback in real time.
Yeah, absolutely. Please, we're going to be on pretty much the entire time. So, yes. So we're going to be around, support's going to be around. We're going to be on Discord. We're going to be on everything, throughout the entire day. A huge shout out to KG and Eris, who are both like supporting us massively on Discord right now. We're seeing more activity than we've ever seen before. Again, the only way to get access is through the Buildathon's page. Another quick thing I wanted to mention, and it seems like we are like answering a lot of folks here. But yeah, if you're still having issues on the free plan, if you're still having issues with phone verification, write into support. That's going to be the best way to move forward, because that's probably going to be an account specific issue. So we're not going to be able to really help. We're in the back end right now, and like it's like 99% of the issues that we saw on the free plan have actually been resolved. So this is most likely an account specific issue. And again, we apologize that's happening, but the good news is we have a lot of people on support this weekend. We're going to be digging into everything. So submit the support. That's the best way to kind of move forward. And then the next thing I'll say is, join us on Discord. We're going to be in there for quite some time. I heard a couple of different issues where people can't check out their previous projects they submitted on the Buildathon page. That there is a fix for that. It's a pretty small set of users, but there is a fix being optimized for that at the moment. So yeah, and again, we're really excited that you're here with us. I mean, it's crazy to see like how much people are building. It's been really fun to kind of see a Discord kind of get excited about everything. And yeah, tag us on socials. We're going to be online. Myself and Manny are going to be on X, checking everything out. And yeah, we're just excited. It's an exciting day. It's it's only 6:30 in the morning, and it's been great.
Isn't it crazy? It's already been 2 hours since we went live, and an hour and a half since Replit Agent free went live. That's pretty nuts. Let me share this because people are asking, how do I get access to the Discord? Share this tab. And let me bring up my page here. So if I go to about, okay. So yeah, when you log on to the Buildathon site, you'll be able to head down here to the very bottom of the about and click on access to our Discord. And then it'll take you to this. So just walk through these verification steps. You need your Replit account to log into this, and then it's going to connect you to Discord. So again, to recap, there's no direct Discord link. You have to go to the Buildathon site. This is linked. This is the pinned comment in the YouTube. Set up your profile, and then you'll be able to access Discord. Cool.
Awesome.
Yep, Replit Cash is gonna happen again. So for those new to our Buildathons, we have this currency internally to help us get signal on projects. So when public voting goes live, which is going to happen on Monday, I think. Yeah, Monday. It's going to go live on Monday, when you're going to be able to go and score other people's projects. You'll also have an allocation of Replit Cash. It's just an ability for you to give folks support and shout out by allocating them some portion of your Replit Cash. And so that's going to go live on Monday, when you'll get to vote on other people's projects. It's a great for you to show support for other people's projects. And also it's a great way for us to see signal from the community in terms of what you like, and to help us kind of like pick some of the winners. So yep, that's going to happen next week. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. It's always cool to see what people vote for. And it was just cool. It was one of the biggest things that we really were surprised by, how much people love the Replit Cash economy.
Yeah, very neat. Cool. Well, I think anything else before we log off for this morning?
No, we're just excited to build alongside with you. It sounds like a lot of folks are just having a great time. We'll check you out on Discord. We'll be there. And then, yeah, maybe we'll have another stream, depending on how things go, and we'll have a good time to kind of just maybe do an update on what people are building, and maybe even have a few guests if we can grab them in.
Yeah, continue to follow us on social. Me, Francisco, Rymar, follow us. We'll give you updates there. We'll be in Discord as well, and if we go live, we'll definitely post about it in Discord. So just stay tuned. A lot more going on. It's gonna be a busy couple of busy day for us here, but it's also gonna be busy for you, and we're just like very much looking forward to seeing what you're able to build.
Awesome, y'all. Thank you all so much for joining. It was a fantastic stream. Great to see everybody.
See ya.